Hi, friends. Did you just see me doing something with crayons? If you were looking and can see the screen, I'm drawing the favorite flower that I used to draw when I was little. When I was little, I learned how to make a tulip. I learned how to draw that flower at school, and then I would draw it all the time, and I would always make it a red tulip. And the tulip is a flower that where I live starts to come out in spring. And so that's why I'm drawing the flower, because friends, it is spring now. Even if it was warm before, it still was winter on the calendar. And even if it's still snowy here, it is spring on the calendar. And tulips are a spring thing. Okay, I also have a brown that I'm going to use to show you how I make the T shape. It's simple for me by now. Might be simple for you at some point. Line down, line on the top, capital T. That's how we make the capital T, and that matches this flower because T is for tulip. T is for tulip. T is for tulip. The letter of the week is T. And friends, I have a book. And the book I have has tulips on the very front. It's the story of a little girl who goes with her mom to go somewhere to get flowers to make a garden. And okay, so I'll say no, 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 but now listen to the yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Those are the tulips. These, the tall with the red and the pink, are tulips. And the book is called Flower Garden. And this is the story of a friend who has to go somewhere to get things to make a flower garden. They're going somewhere where there's a shopping cart. And look at what they've done. Garden in a shopping cart. Doesn't it look great? Friends, it does look like they've made a garden, but it's just the plants, the flowers that they're picking up to put into their cart so they can go check out and buy them. Oh, there they are. Garden on the checkout stand. I can hardly wait. So here's the friend buying them. Here's the person helping. And look at this page. Garden in a cardboard box. Walking to the bus. I just said some T words. I never said tulip, but I said the word to. Look, walking to the bus. Wait a second. That says to for the T word. And there's another T word right there. And that T word right there says the. It's not walking to bus. It's walking to the bus. Because, friends, T is kind of special like S. This is about last time. When we had S week, we practiced knowing that here is S, here is H, pound them together. Shh. I'm not telling you to be quiet. I'm telling you the sound it makes when SH are together. Here is S, here is H, pound them together. Shh. But if they were both S, here is S, here is S, pound them together. Watch my mouth. S. That's how it's different. It either can go shh or it can go s. And that's a lot of work for our muscles, mouth muscles to do. Well, friends, same thing can happen with T. I'm going to put a little dot. We know a dot does a lot. And I've already made this little T to fit on top of here. So now the same kind of poem can work. Here is T, here is H, pound them together. My tongue went out, so I can make the th sound. If it's only T, it just goes t, t, t. But if the H is with it, it goes th. That's why it said to the bus. It wasn't through the bus. It was to the bus. And it wasn't to bus. It was to the bus. And friends, I'm so glad that we practiced the TH, because look what I have for today. I have a long name that then can become a shorter name of preschool friends. Look at this long name. Do you see the T at the front? And look what's right next to it is the H. So I already know from what we just practiced, this does not just make a t, t sound. This will make the th sound. This is the name Theodore. It's not Theodore, it's Theodore. And this name, watch. The name shortened is Theo. Theo. It's our golden letter day for our friends. Some of them go Theodore and some of them go Theo. It's the golden letter week for our friends. T can make different sounds. So if you thought, oh, their name doesn't start with T because it's not Theo. Now we know when the H is attached to it, that little chunk together makes it say Theo. So happy golden letter friends. And let me show you something else that's reminding me of. If I wanted to call Theo to come to me because I am the T word teacher, so that's supposed to be me. If I'm the teacher and I want to call Theo to come, the safety plan would be that Theo would come. And Theo does know about that. So if I am the teacher for safety and I'm like, Theo, come over, Theo would come right over and find out why. That's what we practice at preschool. That's what you can practice with the other grown-ups who take care of you. When the person taking care of you calls you, come over right away. Find out why. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to keep playing. Maybe you want to keep doing your thing. But for safety, come over. Find out why. That would be a teacher safety plan. I got another safety thing. And this might feel more like manners, like being kind to others, being considerate, and it's kind of a safety thing then. Part of being safe with each other is respecting each other. So remember in my journal paper when I drew that tulip shape, if I saw some tulips outside, it would be important that I don't pick them. Remember, I love tulips, so maybe I would want to pick them. One safety plan is don't pick flowers you see outside unless you find out that they are for picking. Some people plant the flowers in their yard or in the park space, and they want them to stay there for some reason. You could find out why. Is it because they're not yours? Is it because you want to be able to look at them? Is it because you want them to keep staying alive longer? Because they're going to get the nutrients from the ground? So that's a safety plan we start practicing at preschool in spring because we can find flowers around our preschool, but we're not supposed to pick them. We can look at them. We can smell them. Look what else we could do. We can tiptoe. Look at that careful little feet. This person has 2 feet that work for standing. This person is up on their tiptoes. You're not going to see my feet, but you might see me get taller because I'm about to go on my tiptoes. I just went on my tiptoes and down. Up on my tiptoes and down. Breathe in on my tiptoes and out. Breathe in on your tiptoes and out. Tiptoeing would be a safe way if I found a flower garden full of tulips or daffodils, pansies, daisies. If I wanted to be close, but I didn't want to trample them, I could tiptoe. I could walk carefully, tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. That would be a safe, friendly way for me to be there. Oh, I've got some more safety plans about tea things. This one is a drawing I made of wind that's going around in a circle. And now that it's spring, you might sometimes hear people talk about a thunderstorm, TH, thunderstorm. Sometimes people talk about the wind that can go round and round and round, and they call it a tornado, tornado wind. This is the thing that if there was that at preschool or anywhere at a house, we have a plan of where to go, how to get away from the windows, to go into a little room, to go into a basement space. The grown-ups around you know exactly what to do. If you don't know, if they know, ask them. What is the plan if there is tornado wind? What is the plan if there's a thunderstorm? They would know. And that's why, like at preschool, no need to worry because the teacher will call you and tell you what we need to do next. That can be the same at your house. Your grown-up would call you so you can live your life and you can do your playing and do your work, and someone would call you over and tell you what the safety plan is for that. Okay, here's another tea thing. This is more for the grown-ups or when you get older, but you might see these signs around. Let me show you only the drawing first. See if you can guess. What in the world does that mean, do you think? It's no about something. What could that be? Like a tablet or a phone? And that means don't use your tablet. Don't use your phone here. The T word I put was text. You friends probably know or have heard someone talk about texting someone. I need to text them. I'm going to send a text message. There are going to be times where you're not supposed to do that. Maybe during a meeting. Maybe when you get older and go to the big school, your teachers will say, no phones in the classroom now. Cross it out. Don't do any texting now. You can do it later. You can send messages later. You look around and you might notice these signs somewhere. Like your teachers at preschool, we don't do texting in the school day unless it's one of your grown-ups. We know, oh, this is not time for us to be on our phone doing our other things. We're not going to text unless it's for the grown-up parents and people who take care of the preschoolers. We're going to do our text messages later. You look around and see if you can ever see signs like this anywhere at stores or at your other buildings you go to. Okay, I've got another one. And this one is going to match our alphabet project. This paper is waiting for us. Thank you so much for waiting, paper. Look at this. Any guess what this word says? There's no H, so it's not a th word. It's a t word. And that might look like a bus, but it's not a tuss. Or that might look like a car, but it's not a tar. It's a T word. It's a train. It's a train car, not a regular vehicle that we drive with a steering wheel. This is a train car. And you might know what trains go on sometimes when they want to move. The train track. A double T, that's what we're going to turn our alphabet project into. We're going to make a capital T, and then we're going to make the capital T be train tracks. So the first thing that I have to put on are these two pieces. Now, T is kind of clever. If I wanted to do lowercase t, I would put the cross, the little rectangle down here. And that's a lowercase t. But I don't want this to be lowercase today. I want it to be uppercase, capital. So look, it's going to have to go on the paper like this. Up to the top. That's where it goes to be the uppercase capital T. So I'm going to use my glue and I'm going to do the thin line. Friends, we are still practicing this so hard. This does not mean squeezing out a fat or thick line. It means, watch, squeezing out barely and making it as small of a line as you can. You might even feel like, oh, that is not enough glue. That's not enough. It's not going to stick. Let's try. Put it kind of towards the bottom and smooth it down. 1, 2, 3. It did work. You don't have to have a lot. A little bit works. Okay, so I'm going to try that again here. A thin line. TH word. Thin. Make a thin line. Okay. So thin, Miss Kristen. Oh, thinner, thinner. See, I have to keep moving the glue bottle so I don't make a puddle. And I stop before the end. Bet you're going to work, you thin glue line with the T line at the top. Look at that. That's our capital T. Now, to make this look like a train track, this part could be like where the rails would be, but I want to have to make the railroad ties, the part that goes over that the tracks would go on, to make this seem like a train track. So I'm going to make them brown like the wood. That's what else was in my bag. So many of them. Look, these are supposed to be the railroad ties. And here's how I'm going to do this. We've done this before. I don't know for sure how many railroad ties I have, so I might need more glue. I might need less glue. But I'm going to make some little lines. And look, this part of the train track goes this way. Okay, I'll do 3 up there. And then look, this part of the train track had to go that way. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. Watch this. T is for train track. There it goes. T is for train track. Look what I did. I just picked up a few pieces at once, holding them in my hand, so then I can just keep working right here. Instead of going back and forth and back and forth, I could just take them at once. T is for train track. T is for train track. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. Oh, look at that. I got that train can go up this way. Choo, choo. But then I'm going to get some more pieces for the top. I'm going to have enough, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yes! That's supposed to be my train track. Like if this train car was going to go on a train track, it would be like choo choo, or go down this way. Choo choo. Do you know the safety thing about trains or train tracks? Have you ever heard someone tell you to not play on the train tracks? I've had a real train engineer friend, and she told me it is important to stay off the train tracks for playing or walking. Like, I'll have to go on a train track to cross a road, especially in my town, maybe in your town. We have a lot of trains. That makes sense. We have to cross to get somewhere, but that's different than staying on it. So if I wanted to go this way, and maybe I was going to be walking down a sidewalk over here and the train track is here, so maybe preschool is over here and my house is over here, I am going to have to cross the train track. That's safe because our town will have the things that'll go down if I have to stop and wait. But what my friend was saying is I shouldn't go over here and then decide, oh, I'm just going to walk on the train track. Because the trains need to have it clear all the time from people walking so that they can just keep driving their train through. So that's an important safety thing that I remember finding out. Because I used to think, if there's no train on there, then I can go on there. And she said, that is not true. Don't even go on there because the trains sometimes come really, really fast. They need to have the train tracks clear so that everyone can get through that way. So, get out your journal paper again, Miss Kristen, because if we want to do some train track drawing while we're thinking about that, Like I'm thinking about, oh yeah, so like the train going down the track, and how do I make sure that I stay safe about that? Let me show you how you can do some drawing. And I'm going to use, I have two colors. I have a golden silvery color, and I have brown, and I have black. You can make them any way you want. I'm going to do like the black is going to be on the bottom. And that's supposed to be like the rails and that part. And then these are the railroad ties going across. And friends, I gotta tell you something clever that we're doing. When I make this train track, I'm also making letter shapes. Look at this. Look at this. Here, I'll get a red marker to really show you. When I made this just now, hiding in here, look. That's the H shape. Hiding in here, look. That's the capital T shape. Hiding in here, there's even a lowercase t shape. Every time that we made the train tracks, we were making the same shapes that make TH or lowercase t. Whenever you make the train tracks, you're practicing your letter shapes. You're making the H's and the T's. And then also remember, if you want to draw yourself a message, you can also remember to make a circle shape and a line crossed out. That might remind you that this is about don't play on the train tracks, safety plan. Just like when the teacher calls you, come over right away and find out why. When you get older and you have a phone or a tablet, if someone has said not to use it, don't use it for texting until it's time. If there is a strong wind storm, tornado wind, you know where to go. If you see tulips outside, should you pick them even if you really, really want to? No, we're going to save them and find out who they belong to and what the plan is. And this one, tiptoe, is a safe way to walk carefully around each other. It's also a calming thing for your body. Remember before if you could see me going up and down and my breath matched? That's how we're going to finish today. A tiptoe breath with a tulip breath. So when we go up on our tiptoes, we're going to pretend to smell the tulips. And then we're going to let our breath out. Oh, then we're going to be letting our breath out like we're a wind of a tornado. So like this, friends. It'll be on our tiptoes. So we're going to breathe in as we go up on our tiptoes, pretending you're smelling the tulips like this. And now breathe out a big wind. Breathe in. Breathe out. Smell the tulip. Breathe out like a tornado. Smell the tulip. Breathe out like a tornado. Last one. Breathe in like you're smelling a tulip. And breathe out the longest tornado breath you've done. Keep your eye out, friends. Keep your eye out for any signs of spring since it's here. Keep your eye out for any feelings of spring. Maybe there's a breeze. Maybe there's rain. Keep your ears out. Maybe you can hear things like new bird sounds. Maybe you can hear the sound of the breeze. Maybe you can hear the sound of rain. Maybe you live somewhere where you're going to be able to hear the sound of a train whistle. Or if you're close enough, you can hear the sound of the train on the tracks. I hope you have fun discovering those things, and I'll see you next time. Bye, sweethearts.